Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Friday, so you know it's time for another edition of the Extra Point. Got the whole crew in the house today, so we're looking forward to another spectacular afternoon of bantering. In the middle square, we have the birthday boy, Mr. Michigan Michael Hasso. Happy birthday, my man.
Thank you, thank you. Glad to be back, making it 2 weeks in a row.
Sing it, T. Sizzle.
Cumpleaños feliz.
Hey, hey.
Cumpleaños feliz. Cumpleaños feliz.
With the vibrato, I was about to sing for He's a Jolly Good Fellow. Nice job by you. And flank out wide, a la Jerry Rice, who we will talk about today, is our one and only international sports correspondent, all the way from the D to the R, Miss Tasha T. Sizzle. How are you doing today?
Much better today than last week. So let's just keep that going.
Right, because the people have grown accustomed to seeing what's going on in your world before we get started. So, with that being said, Michigan Mike, birthday plans. You got any big birthday plans for today?
Went to the chiropractor. Gonna play some games, watch a movie here or two, and go to a steakhouse tonight.
All right. Sounds like an awesome day. Now let me start this off with $1 million question for my two resident sports gurus here, and anybody else that happens to be watching and wants to chime in on this. There was an interesting story that I stumbled upon. A family out of Virginia. Now, the young lady was driving down the street. She was driving behind a car. The car swerved around something that was in the road. Now, the lady wound up hitting the object. She wasn't able to get out of the way. She hit the object and noticed that there was another object like up 15 feet on the side of the road. It was two bags. So she picked up the two bags, put them in her trunk, I guess to be a good Samaritan and get it off the road. So when she gets home with her family, her husband, her kids, she opens the trunk, they go through the bag, and there's close to $1 million in cash. This is a true story. It was in Caroline County, Virginia. Close to $1 million in cash in those bags. What did they do? They called the Caroline County Sheriff's Office and turned that money in. Mr. Mike, you are on the $1 million hot seat. Let me ask you $1 million question. You run over that bag, you get home, you pull around the back of the house because you know you got a back entrance to your crib. You pull around the back of the house, you in the garage, you pull out that bag, there's $1 million in cash. What do you do next?
Man, so a couple of things on this. I actually had this happen to me, not the $1 million part, but there was a bag on the side of a road, like in the middle of the road. And I was like, man, should I? I was like, and then it kept going. So I guess I would never stop for that. But let's say if I did open it up, I would be very secret about what was in that bag.
Right.
Stacy and myself, because what happens, and we've all seen those movies to where it's like that drug deal that's like, go find my money. And I'm not going to be telling the neighborhood that I have an additional $1 million. So,
well, you can hide that in McKinney. I mean, ain't nobody going. If you pull up in a brand new whip, nobody's going to be like, "Oh, Mike, what did you get a raise? A promote?" I mean, you already in McKinney. So,
yeah, but people talk, so I'm gonna keep that secret.
I got you. T. Sizzle, you down there on the beach, you stumble upon a satchel. You go through that satchel, there's $1 million in cash. What's your next move?
Again, I'm kind of like Mike. On the beach, yeah, I probably wouldn't pick it up simply because you never know what's in there. Anything, a body part or anything of that nature. But if I did, I'd be like Luther and set it off. I'd be somewhere with some crystal popping.
The perm?
Right. Queen Latifah would have to bust up in there and TT would have to shoot me because I'm taking that cash and I ain't telling a soul.
Right. When I saw that, I was like, okay, well, y'all going to heaven, but ain't we saved by grace? Y'all would never. Look, Y'all would never know that I had my hands on that money until I physically show up and be like, hey, y'all, here's some tickets. Don't ask no questions. Just meet me at the airport. We about to take a crazy vacation. I'll tell you all there while we
Right.
stash the money in the Dominican Republic. But
And who's to say that they actually found 2 million and they said, oh, there's this $1 million on the side. I don't know what happened.
You know what? We're doing set it off references. It's just like when that bank, when they saw themselves on the news for robbing that bank, they inflated the amount that was stolen. They was like insurance fraud. So yeah, maybe the family found $1 million in one of those bags and $1 million in the other bag. Let's say we found $1 million, send this to the police, keep this meal and rock and roll. Good job by you, Michigan Mike. You will be the first person I call if I ever hit a lick like that. And so,
money laundering, I got that.
Right. Speaking of hitting the lick, y'all, the NBA Finals is 2 games away from being over. Phoenix Suns are up 2-0, 2 double-digit victories over the Milwaukee Bucks. Let's get right to it. Michigan Mike, on a scale of 1 to 10, are the brooms going to be coming out in this series? This is going to be a sweep.
Man, this finals has been over with. As soon as we figure out that it was going to be Suns and Bucks.
You had it like that?
Well, no. I'm talking about entertainment level. I was checked out. I was like,
Yeah.
No. And then as soon as I saw the Suns coming out swinging, I was like, I don't know if the Bucks have it in them to take a couple of punches and then come back when they see the scoring level that the Western Conference can do. And so if not a sweep, then maybe they take one game, but it's over.
Natasha, before we get your answer, my sincere apologies. This show is sponsored by
May Jane's Coffee. That's MAEJANES coffee.com. You can get your Colombian, your Honduran, and your Brazilian blend coffee, all fresh ground by my baby girl. Again, she is out of stock now because, when she launched it, she didn't expect it to do as it did. So she is kind of out of stock.
What we doing?
So she will replenish the stock. So if you all go on there to try to order and it says it's not available, that's the reason. But again, that's MayJanesCoffee.com, MAEJANES coffee.com.
Right on. And speaking of May Jane, she says coffee will be ready August 1st. Denise, we need to get with you for a promo code for the extra point. Because every time you see us go live, we're going to push that product. We're going to push that coffee like, wait. Now, T-Sizzle, on a scale of 1 to 10, the brooms, is this a sweep that's going to happen, do you think? Or can Milwaukee come back and make this a series?
Again, like Mike, when I saw the matchup, Mr. Sandman was calling for me. And just like last night's game, because, it's a sleeper. I'm not a Chris Paul fan. Nothing about the Phoenix Suns makes me want to watch them. Giannis, yes, I would love to watch the Bucks. And again, the game came on at 9 o'clock here last night. There's no way in Hades that I would have been able to stay up. I was sleepy at 9:17, and I think I went to bed at 9:30. I'm just not interested in even trying to watch the game. There are several places I can go here to watch it, but nothing is making me say, go watch it. But that being said, I don't think they're going to sweep them, but the other role players for the Bucks are going to have to step up.
Oh my God.
Where's the Brook Lopez that kept just yanking it on the Atlanta Hawks? Where's Jrue Holiday? Where is he when he was out there just balling out of control? Middleton, these guys have got to step up. Giannis already has an injury, even though looking at him from the highlights and things that I've seen, he doesn't seem to be affected by that injury. But they're going to have to step up. In a big way.
Right. I totally agree 100%. Chris Middleton, you cannot score 11 points in the NBA Finals when your injured superstar drops 42 and 10 and 4 assists. You just can't disappear like that. Jrue Holiday, Billy Holiday, whatever Holiday, he has not made a 3-point shot in the whole Finals. He was your high price, big time free agent acquisition, and he's giving you nothing in the Finals. I totally agree. I think y'all, if if Giannis and them don't pull it off Sunday in Game 3, I'm saying it's a 10 out of 10 that they getting swept. Let's get them on out the paint so we can start revving up for NFL training camp. That's just my thought. Now, go ahead, Mike.
I was just gonna say, I think it goes beyond the players right now. Right now, what I see is just they're being out coached, and I'm just looking. I'm looking at Mike, the head coach of the Bucks, and saying
Mike Budenholzer.
Yeah, let me look at his record, his past record in Atlanta. He didn't do anything impressive.
Not at all.
He was a below basic coach. He goes to Milwaukee with one of the MVPs of the league, and he starts winning in the East, which we all know. Okay, yeah, I'm going to put it on the coach. I would put him on the hot seat ASAP.
Now let me ask you this, because I'm glad you went there, Mike. Coach Budenholzer was on a semi-warm seat heading into the playoffs because of what happened to them the previous 2 years. And they were one big toenail away from with Kevin Durant of being knocked out in the last round. Mike, if they get swept out of these playoffs, if you're the ownership, are you getting rid of Budenholzer?
Oh, hey, yeah. We would be on the bus ride and be like, here, you might want to take that one over there.
You're not going to do it on the tarmac.
They're going to do them a la Lane Kiffin.
Yeah.
Lane Kiffin.
Sir, you ain't got no ticket for this plane, sir.
Yeah. Your locker room's over there, sir.
Right. Like that that meme with the Fresh Prince and the father, that when he says we, he said we, he starts laughing. We mean we ain't getting on this plane. We got a nice little Nissan Versa over there that's gonna Uber you to the other side. Let me raise up off that. Now, this is what we're here for. Shouts out to Paulette Woodard, my namesake, my auntie. She says, learning more about sports. That's what we're here for, auntie. That's what we do this for. Shouts out to my sister Stephanie checking in. So how many games? So we're all in agreement that Phoenix is gonna take this, right?
Yeah.
How many games, Mike?
I say 4.
Oh, not so much, Mike. You first.
I say 4 or 5. Phoenix.
Woo. What about you, T Sizzle?
Oh, I'm thinking maybe 6. Not a game. I don't think it's going to go to a game 7. I'm thinking 6, and I'm thinking the Bucks. They're going to have to win 4 straight.
You taking the Bucks to win the next 4 straight? Hey, y'all. That, my friends, is called a hot take. You heard it here from T Sizzle on the extra point. If now they do it to who did they do that to? Brooklyn? They won 4 out of 5 after going down 0-2. They have gone to East to East. Hey, I want to say this in my Michigan Mike voice. Oh, you bold.
Yeah, she got that liquid courage over there.
It's called Brewgall Rum.
Right on now. You got the comments on fire with that with T Sizzle. They said, hell no, Mabel. CP3 and 6. I'm going CP3 and 6 as well, Steph. I just don't think that Middleton and Billie Holiday is going to do anything on the road. Now, let's move on to a topic that I was kind of avoiding at first. Speaking with Michigan Mike off wax this week until I spoke with you yesterday about this topic, and now I'm like, let's just go ahead and roll with it. Our girl, Sha'Carri, Dallas County's own, LSU's own Sha'Carri. Not only is she now out of the 100 meter because of the marijuana, now she's off the relay team because the United States track and field team left her off the squad. Shouts out to Mike saying 4 or 5 games. Sons really don't nobody like CP3. But as we move on to Sha'Carri, and my apologies, Miss Richardson, I called you Sha'Carri last week. It is Sha'Carri. Michigan Mike, let's start with you in the middle square. Are you surprised? Is this fair or foul that Miss Richardson has been left off the relay team, even though her suspension will be lifted prior to the relay races?
So as a fan, I thought about this before it came up, and thinking like as a fan, of course, we would all like to see, the fastest woman in our country represent us. But then I was thinking, like, as a coach and another member part of the relay, it's more than just an individual when it comes to the relay. So as putting myself in the coach's position or the team's position, I would have left her off as well.
T Sizzle, your thoughts. Now, you were a proponent of her running last week. Has that changed? Do you think this was fair or foul?
Oh, yes. Now, I'm going to act like Mike here. I'm going to pull up facts, as Mike usually does on the show.
Then he comes with the facts. Emotionless. Let's go with the facts.
She should be left off because her being included on the relay team all depended on her finishing in the 100 meter. If she's disqualified and her times don't stand, then she's not eligible.
Just point blank, period.
Point blank, period.
Even though she's one of the more gifted runners that we have on the team.
Point blank, period. And then, she turned me sour when I saw her comments that she recently tweeted from one of the young ladies, I think this runs the 200, how they were saying black people, boycott the Olympics and this and other thing. And the girl put just like a regular tweet, please, don't boycott because you have other
please support us,
who have worked hard to get here and we need your support.
Right.
And then Orange Hair came out with talking, just basically trying to clap back. And I didn't appreciate that. I didn't like that tone. And that's when I went to no, wait a minute, B, tone. You smoke dope. You smoke dope, don't you? You smoke weed, don't you? Yeah, okay, yeah. We're going to give her flowers for admitting she was wrong and doing all that. But be humble. Even in your defeat, be humble. And she doesn't know how to do that.
Stephanie Colter, you hit the nail right
on
the head. I could not agree with you more. I am high-fiving you from Dallas. We turned sour at the same time. And the thing is, me and Mike were talking off wax, and I'll be totally transparent. I said, I think me and Tasha are going to throw chairs at each other on Friday. And Mike said, hold on, let me give you some ammo. He started sending me the doping agency. Hold on, but he's all about facts. He's not pro or against. He's just about whatever the rules say. He sent me the rules, and I'm reading them like, oh, shit.
Well, I think what broke it also for me was like Gabby Thomas, which of course
that's who it was, Gabby Thomas. Yes.
Black sprinter as well, and she did an amazing too, and she made a really good point. It's like, wait, hold up, like we've been training for this as well. Like, why are you telling all my people to not to watch and my family members and whatnot? Like, it's more than just one person; it's about the whole country.
It's about the whole country, right? Yeah. And look, like she's not the only black athlete that's competing there. You need the support. She's with those who can't beat me and all that. Like, girl, leave that mess alone. When need to be said.
When you come with the games won't be the same without me, or clapping back to Gabby saying basically if the culture choose, then I can't be mad at that, and you can't be mad at that if they don't want to watch because I'm not running. Whereas I got a little message for Generation Z. Is that what it is? It's Gen Z or is it Gen X? Gen X.
We're X. We're X.
We're Z. X. They're Z. Okay. Z. We ain't boycotting the damn thing. I've been watching the Olympics since I was 5 years old, 1980. And we can go down the list of incredible athletes, African American, or we can go white. Mary Lou Retton. We can go anywhere you want to go with it.
I mean, even Bruce Jenner. We didn't watch Bruce Jenner, but from everything that we saw of Bruce Jenner was a great Olympian. Mark Spinks, we didn't see Mark Spinks swim, but when I saw the old covers of the Sports Illustrated that my uncle had, and Mark Spitz was there with his hairy chest and his Speedos with his chains hanging, his medals hanging around his neck. That's inspirational. That gives you something to say. Oh, Olympics! Like I said, Mary
Wheaties boxes. The
that's where I saw Bruce Jenner on the Wheaties box. That's where I saw Bruce Jenner. And I wanted that leotard that Mary Lou Retton wore in '84.
And we all rock with her. We all roll for her. And the Olympics thing is just something bigger than this cancel culture. And I'm not going to get sidetracked with the whole cancel culture thing. But Generation X, we don't roll like that. We came up in the era of gangster rap, the crack era. We're a little bit tougher than that. I'm going to just keep it real. We're a little tougher than, you hurt my feelings. Why don't everybody take their ball and go home? No. I'm going to get out there and I'm going to support Gabby. I'm going to support the gymnastics. I'm going to support the swim team, the synchronized swimming team, the volleyball team. I'm watching all of it. Yeah, I was denied last year.
That's family time. It's on TV. Everybody come downstairs or everybody come and watch this TV.
Mama, it's time for the 100 meter. You know what I'm saying? She dropped the spatula. Everybody cuddled around the. Now, this is one thing that Stephanie says that I agree with. I need to pin you in, Steph. She says, I think the abundance of support following her initially taking accountability and consequence got to her head. My question was, did we do her a disservice with this let her run stuff?
Yes.
Because because initially she took accountability and held that L. She was like, well, y'all, I'm on Good Morning America. I'm humble. That's the way I cope with it. I take responsibility. I'm done. Then when Drake and Michelle Obama and name your celebrity says let her run, now all of a sudden she's bigger than the entire sport. Mike, you want to
I say no. I agree with what y'all are saying and how someone with not some people in her corner, I think that's what the problem was. She didn't have anybody in her corner to kind of be like, hey, let me answer this question for you, which, as we know, a lot of these pros do. I think that was the problem. So you got LeBron speaking in your ear. You got all these other stars in your ear speaking like, man, I'm Mahomes being like, man, let her run.
Right.
What should have happened was I forgot who said it, but they said that she should have had a publicist, which you got to have.
Steph was right on point.
Yeah, we talked about this last week is like, who was in her corner with the hand or the joint? You know what I'm saying? Like, someone's obviously not in her corner, and she just needs better people around her.
Right. You're absolutely right. Now, Denise, I'm still getting used to saying Denise because my sister's middle name is Denise, and I don't want to confuse the audience. So Denise, Tasha's Denise, Sasha Denise, she made a point that gets overlooked by everyone. There's a young lady down there in Jamaica, Miss Shelly Ann Price. Miss Shelly Ann Price, who has run a faster time than Sha'Carri has ran, even in her times of breaking records at LSU. So there was no. This may have been the best thing that ever happened to her as far as Sha'Carri is concerned. You become an urban legend. You become a cultural icon. You become a martyr. You don't lose your Nike endorsement deal, and you don't have to face being eliminated in the quarterfinals by Miss Shelly Ann Price.
And when all this first happened, this is before the weed, when she won that trials and Sasha sent it to me, I forwarded to Sasha, and I said, yeah, it's all good till that Jamaican girl beats her. I sent that to Sasha when she won the Olympic trials. I sent it to her because, she
right.
gets Sasha
Denise and Stephanie, they own it today. But Mike, in the relay and in the 100 and the 200, them Jamaicans don't play like that. They got a squad. It's not just Usain Bolt.
They watch you get up, and then they're sitting on the chair, and they're like, "Wait, hold up, real quick. Let me."
Right. Now I think we missed a narrative that where I think Sha'Carri from a country standpoint would have given us the best chance to beat Jamaica, but she is by no uncertain terms a lot. Her times are not as fast as Miss Price, and Miss Price is going to show up to do work too. So, Sha'Carri, you hit the jackpot. You can come back in 2024, run in the Olympics, and now nobody would even know if you would have won the gold medal or would have lost the gold medal. So, they said, "Hold my beer." They sure did, Jamaica. They are amazing, and yes, I will be watching them. Not rooting for them, of course, but I will be watching them. Now, let me ask you this, because we were talking about this right before you came on, Tasha. The Tokyo in itself, and I know where you two stand on this personally, so I'll be interested to see how you all answer this. Tokyo right now is under a state of emergency because of COVID outbreak. The Delta 12, isn't that what it's called? The Delta something.
Something like that.
Now, they're going to go with no fans in the stands. Tasha, let's start with you. Because Mike's face is already giving away his answer. Do you think that that Tokyo, we should push this back another year and have fans in the stands, or just go with it like it is?
You know my stance on fans in the stands. But for the Olympics, you gotta have fans. And
you got to in the Olympics.
You have to. Now, I don't agree with pushing it back another year. I mean, it needs to, because we want Simone Biles to do her thing. That girl gonna be 34 years old at the next Olympics.
She was 137 years old when they fought.
I don't know how old she was, but she got an ass. But I want her to be able to go for the gold, and I think this is her last. This is her last hurrah.
This is. Yeah.
It would be like to watch the opening ceremonies without fans there. Do you even need to have an opening ceremony now?
That's not Gary. Keep going.
I mean, like Polo outfits the U.S. with some of the flyest gear. Do you even need to waste that money now? Because there shouldn't even be an opening ceremony. If there's
How do you have an opening ceremony without fans?
It's for the fans. You want to see who's going to come out and who's going to light that torch to officially start the games. But you're going to be in an arena. You don't want piped in noise. We saw how that worked. It just. But
I want to fight a Jamaican in the stands during the relay.
Right.
I want to be able to turn around and squad like Sons and Four guy.
Right. For the no, he said Sons and Five, didn't he?
No, he said Sons and Four. I want to fight a Jamaican in the crowd.
Right. I can go to see some of these other sporting events without fans. It just kind of makes it drab. But for the Olympics,
right. Mike, you say what? Do you say postpone or no fans? Or are you good with no fans?
No, I totally agree with Tasha. And I think you were saying the same thing. Like, we got to have fans in there. I'm envisioning this 400-yard, the 400-meter, and the last 100, with the sprint coming around the corner and all the fans.
That ground swell,
yes.
Yeah. Like,
how are you going to know if
somebody's
how do you know if somebody's running you down if you don't hear the crowd going, uh-oh?
Right. It's electrifying, just the quietness before the gun goes off. And then, like you said, the slow build to them getting around that final turn and that's on. Pipe in the noise for me, since I'll be watching it on TV. But it really is a shame that these kids won't be able to have their parents there to cheer them on. Tokyo, get it together. What the hell is going on? Now, let's go back stateside with this, because I got to stop before Tasha got on a rant with that. Last week we talked about the NIL, and for those who didn't catch it, it's the name, image, and likeness rule that allows college players to now get paid. Well, ever since that's gone into effect, several high-profile college basketball players from last year have withdrawn from the NBA draft. And Stephanie, you're right. The adrenaline rush will not be the same at all. Let me read you off a list of these players from last year. Really, this is a all-American team. Hunter Dickinson, rookie, the freshman of the year, Michigan, he withdrew. Isaiah Mobley, projected top 5 pick, he withdrew from USC. Kofi Cockburn from Illinois, he withdrew. E.J. Liddell from Ohio State, he withdrew. Johnny Juzang, Michigan fans remember him from UCLA. He withdrew, damn it. Get on and get. And Scottie Pippen Jr., who, while he was at Vanderbilt and they weren't very successful, he's going to be touted to be a lottery pick when he does come out. Mike, let me start with you on this. Do you think that name, image, and likeness is this all a coincidence that all of these high-profile names withdrew after that? Because they could come back to college, work on their names, and make a nice little handsome $1 or $2 while they do it.
No, definitely not a coincidence. I think most of these players that withdrew knew that they had a lot of development and they were chasing the money. And we kind of talked about Hunter specifically just because that's our team. And we're like, man, he's not like, I know I was saying, but you were also saying like, man, he's getting that money though. So he has a lot to improve in, but so does Wagner as well, but that's a different story.
Oh, he's going. He's going.
Yeah. But I think what it is they're getting more development at the college level, which is smart for them because they're getting that one-on-one coaching to where once you're in the NBA, it's not like that anymore. You're like, okay, go see that trainer over there. You know,
right. You're going to run pick and roll, high screen and roll, and may the best athlete win.
Yep.
T-Sizzle, do you think that it's smart for these kids to come back to college with the NIL in place now? They can work on their game, make a little money? What do you think? Or do you think that that's just a coincidence?
My thoughts on it is, outside of all that, I wonder if it'll stop some of that. Well, I can't say, no, I'm going to go on and say it.
Go on and say it.
I always called it the one and dumb because most of the, they only went to college because, they were required by NBA to play 1 year of college. And we all know, they go for that first semester, do what they need to do for their first semester, and then they don't go to class the second semester because the tournament is in March or whatever.
Right.
I wonder if it'll curtail some of that, because that took a lot of the luster off of the NBA for me. Because you don't know these players. I'm not familiar with a lot of these players. I'm used to these guys staying 3 and 4 years.
Right.
That way you know them, they get a household name, and that will also benefit them if they're in college when it comes to making money. Now, of course, you can, the lucritivity of, is that a word? I just made it up, of going to the NBA and getting millions. But who's to say you're even going to make that team where you can make all your money in college? You think about the one and dones who came and failed. Think about the straight out of high school athletes who failed. I mean, the most successful, of course, Malone, Durant, what's his name? Kevin Garnett, LeBron. Think of the ones who tried to do that and failed.
Right. And there's a long laundry list of them that did so. Think about this. Like with the guy who was Jalen Green, who was supposed to go to Michigan, but he decided to go to the G League Select. Would you rather be on a major college campus with the resources that they have and training facilities that they have, be the man on campus, live a college life, and you can get a little side deal to make you $20,000-$30,000, rather than playing in Biloxi, Mississippi, and you're staying in the Best Western and you're taking bus rides? That's not the NBA lifestyle. The G League.
That's not what they dreamed of. They went to the G League only because they didn't want to go to school and they wanted the money, or they need the money. Now, I'm not downing anyone who needs that money, because a lot of these players need the money for family or what have you. But I'm hoping it does take away some of that one and done.
Hopefully so too, because that points back to what Mike said about Hunter was not ready. Now, I don't know what his financial situation is like, but what the hell are you doing? Come on back. We're in Ann Arbor. Get you a Chrysler dealership. Do people still drive Chryslers?
But look at this. Think if Ben Simmons would have stayed more than 1 year.
If he ain't worked on his shot in 10 years in the pros, then it wouldn't have mattered with him one way or the other. That man ain't. But I think Call of Duty and get booty.
But I think had he stayed another year in college, it would have forced him to work on that.
I agree with that. Now, let's take this back to on the court. Which one of these returns do you think will have the biggest impact next season? Hunter Dickinson coming back to Michigan, Isaiah Mobley coming back to USC, Kofi Cockburn coming back to Illinois, EJ Liddell to Ohio State. What are you thinking? Or is it Juzang?
That's easy for me. It's Hunter all the way. Like, he had that playoff experience. He had that tough matchups. And now you got 3 All-Americans coming on your team. Like, man, he's going to be made. Because we did lean a lot on Hunter, especially in that last game.
Right.
No one else was stepping up.
Right.
So I think he has that experience and that leadership now to be the big man to lead these freshmen coming in.
Tasha, before you give your answer, can you give Langston, one of the friends to the show, a little Keep Sweat?
Last night, saw you standing there. You couldn't picture the color of your hair.
Well, then we know it wasn't Sha'Carri.
Well, you're really there.
Stop. At the extra point, it's like Burger King. Have it your way. Langston, I hope you enjoyed that melody. Now, since it's Michigan's Mike's birthday, we're not going to leave him hogtied today, because he's about to go to the masseuse, and then he's going to that place that had that brass pole, and then he's going to the racetracks to bet on some horses. Like, you got to watch Michigan Mike. Don't let the monotone voice fool you. The man is a wild man. We're going to play a game called Say What. I'm going to tell you some quotes from a couple of notable names here, and you tell me if you believe what they're saying or if they're full of you know what. We're going to start in your backyard, T. Sizzle, with one Mr. Jerry Rice. Now, Jerry Rice was
no Jerry Rice slander.
This is a question. This isn't slanderous. This is a question.
You know I'm sensitive about the real GOAT.
I get, and he is the GOAT. He is the GOAT of wide receivers.
The GOAT.
He's arguably the GOAT of all time. That's still going to be sweetness in my eyes. But Jerry Rice was at a celebrity golf tournament earlier this week, and he was talking to Michael Smith from His or Her fame, and they asked him about playing in today's game. And with a hat on that said GOAT, he said that in today's game, he would have doubled his numbers from the 80s and 90s. Doubled. Mike, so Tasha, tell the truth and shame the devil. You don't worship the devil. Doubled, Tasha. And the thing is, Mike, it wasn't no LOL.
Oh, I know. As soon as you said it, like I was like, oh, I know what he's about to go to. So, Tasha,
Wait a
Tasha,
minute.
go
How did
ahead.
I not even read this? Let me. I'm in shock and awe. You know, in my eyes, Jerry Rice does no wrong.
Hey, Will Smith said it best: shock and awe.
It's two things in life that I disagree with Jerry Rice on. When he thought he was gonna get those braids,
Oh, when he
started
had
back
to
here.
have that, we called that the half rack of ribs.
When he had those braids and these ludicrous statements that he just made at this golf tournament. The way defense is set up now,
Right.
there's no way. First of all, Jerry Rice was not a speedster.
No. Come on, True.
He was just the most precise route runner ever. These DBs now, they smoking that Sha'Carri Richardson. These dudes, Sha'Carri Richardson, these dudes are fast. I mean, you look at the linebacker position now. Look how much faster the linebackers are now. You can get
The ends running 4.4.
You can get somebody like Von Miller to track Jerry Rice down now. The defense is not the same. So, Goat, I'm sorry. I can't agree with you on that one, Goat.
Mike, the floor is yours, birthday boy.
Man, so you gotta look at the evolution of defense, right? And
Right.
since is the offense the same as far as penalties on quarterbacks the same? No. But since that happened, there's been more emphasis on how do we get the talent for our DBs there. And where it started was as soon as they started doing that, during high schools and Pee Wee, they started to focus more on 7-on-7. So you'll have
Yes,
30 an hour session of 7-on-7. And so that builds up that focus of getting bigger, getting faster, and learning your routes a lot sooner. I totally disagree with that. Now, do I think he's going to have worse numbers? No, but it'll probably be the same. But absolutely not. Double, he's crazy.
Now, Joe McGee, shouts out to my man Joe, who's a Cowboys fan. He says, but when have you seen Rice get hawked down, though?
And you never have.
I never have
seen him because of his route running ability. You've never seen Jerry Rice get. I've been a Jerry Rice fan since Mississippi Valley State. He was the first player that I actually was old enough to understand what he was. I have never seen Jerry Rice get.
But how many Hall of Famers? How many Hall of Famers did he go up against? You know what I'm saying? So, like, how many? Like, let's look at their.
But that's not his fault.
No, it's not. But that's what I'm saying.
But Deion was one that could go with him stride for stride. There are a lot more Deions in the league now.
Deion never got the best of Jerry.
Nobody got the best of Jerry. The only person that got the best of Jerry was
the braids.
His hairdresser.
And Father Time.
And Father Time, because Father Time is undefeated. Now, I'm going to give this credence because this is a Cowboys fan that said Rice was running scared. And I think he was running scared because he came in with a chip on his shoulder coming from Mississippi Valley State, HBCU. He wasn't as highly touted, but the man did play with 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks. He wasn't catching no balls from Marcus Mariota. There's some boo-boo quarterbacks in this league now. Like, you fell in a great situation. But double... No. They got defenses now to where they'll put 2 cornerbacks on a receiver like it's a punt coverage.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I don't know about double. Like, fall back on the double, Jerry Rice. And last but not least, I know y'all saw this one. And anybody watching, please chime in on this. Even if you haven't been through this personally, you might smell a little BS. So our favorite producer, Mr. Sean Combs, Mr. Puff Daddy, Mr. Diddy, Mr. Sean John, whatever you want to call him.
For the
love. He was feeling himself on 4th of July. He decided to do an Instagram live to where he was doing what you said. He was spreading love. He was being his hey, you can go out and make anything of your life that you want to be, one of those type of inspirational posts. But he said in this post, what he said caused everybody to turn on him in this post. I just want to get your reaction. He said that the turning point in his life to become the aggressive go-getter that he was that when he was a kid, he woke up one morning with 15 roaches on his face. I just wanted to pause for effect there for when we turn this into a podcast. 15 roaches on his face. And you know me, immediately I had to click in the comments. They tore yes, Joe. He said he woke up with 15 roaches on his face. And at that point, he decided that he never wanted to live like that again. And that planted the seed for him to become the billionaire that he is now. Mike, at best, is this an exaggeration, or at worst, is this man flat out lying?
You know what? I'm going to say that he's speaking the truth.
15,
now
Mike?
He might not have been like 1, 2.
He said that's a life changer.
4, 5, all the way 15. But it might have been like 7 or more, and that's a lot. And I mean, 2 or more on your face is a lot. So I think he's speaking the truth. People go through different things to kind of wake them up out of bed. I know one of my times when I was home or on my own for the first time, and I was like, oh, dang, I got to clean like all the time. So,
right.
And when those fruit flies start coming in, you're like, oh, dang, they mean business. So everyone needs that little wake up call.
He counted each roach and gave them a nickname. Did he turn them into the Bad Boy family? Was that the Locks and Biggie Bugs? Biggie Roach, Tasha? What you say? Your daughter says 1 is a lot.
That man know good and well he ain't woke up with no damn 15 roaches, cucarachas on that cara. No way, unless his ass was on Fear Factor.
Here's my thing with that. If you ever, this will make me think that he was lying. If you ever grew up in an environment where there were roaches around, you know this about roaches. If it ain't food or if it ain't, they ain't really fooling with it. They always on the move. Like maybe he said he felt a roach crawl across his head and he freaked out or something. But if you would have to have like crumbs from a meat and 3, like stuck to the side of your lips for 15 roaches to camp out on your face.
Well, yes. Maybe he meant roaches. Who knows? Maybe he wanted a whole blunt and he just woke up with the roaches and he was mad because he didn't get a full one. I don't know.
Joe said he's stomping them out, talking about take that. Touch 15. Now, Mike did an interesting visual that I want to reiterate this visual. If you just checked in, shouts out to Trent Campbell, Chappelle. Check out his show as well. I will see you tomorrow. Let's do a count. Count with me, ladies and gentlemen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're halfway there. You see all the bugs on my face? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Let's go behind each other. 14, 15.
15.
That's a lot of damn roaches.
That's a lot of bugs to be on your face.
Now, shouts out to like, come on, Mike, what's your reaction if you wake up tomorrow morning with 15 cockroaches on your face?
It's not going to be a good sight. I'm calling somebody to come over ASAP.
Right. You notice Mike said he wasn't moving out of that big-ass house with the pool in the back. He said, no, y'all going to come spray this puppy. Now, my brother Damien says Jerry Rice said out of his own mouth that Deion and Darryl Green was his best competition, and he won those battles. And those are the top DB names. Troop D, but double. How many didn't he have? 20,000 yards and 160-some touchdowns?
It ain't happening, man.
It's not happening, Jerry. It's not happening. And this is a Jerry Rice stand. It ain't happening. That's not
happening. T Sizzle, you want any shouts out before we release Mike to his birthday activity?
I have a few shout outs. One, I can't remember the little girl's name, but her last name is Avant-Garde. She's the first Black child to ever win the Scripps National Spelling Bee. And she's also some sort of basketball prodigy and holds some sort of Guinness World Record for that. I have another shout out, and it's
Hold on, before you go to your second shout out, what's a word that you still have trouble spelling today?
vacuum.
Mike?
Man, you got to throw me on the spot, huh? It's one
Shit,
of
a
those.
lot.
Mine is
I got a lot.
aluminum and millennial. I
It has to
always
be-
spell millennial.
It has to be one of those I before the E, except after the C's, and
Oh, you took it way back.
And then you think about some words that don't even that doesn't even apply to
yeah,
Right.
the I before.
it's one of those words.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Finish your shout outs. I'm sorry.
And I may tear up. My second shout out is to one Stephanie Denise Colter. My baby rang her bell.
Ring-a-ling-a-ling.
When she sent me the text messages, I immediately started crying. Like, and though I know I commented like on her Instagram, and I was like, B, I'm crying real effing tears over here. Like, I was really just like crying because I'm so happy that our baby beat the bitch that is cancer.
Yes. And that's a good word for it. Yes.
Yes. I mean, your sister had a variety of shirts on that I personally loved during her battle, but she fought it, and I am so very proud of her.
Well said. Michigan Miguel. Any parting shots?
Man, I think everyone should just enjoy, and I always say this, everyone have a great weekend and safe weekend, but everyone should just enjoy life. It's way too short. We all see these different things happen in the world. So, life is too short. Enjoy, everyone. Try not to have any hate. Just let's work together.
Come together. Boom, boom, boom. Right now.
Bum, bum, bum.
Boom.
Go blue. Oh, wait. I don't know the last part.
Really? Okay. No, my brothers is guaranteed always makes me pause. I agree. I just want to say one more time, happy birthday to Michigan Mike, and thank you to Tasha T Sizzle. And I want to echo what Michigan Mike said. Hey, life's too short. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got people on your team that you got some art with, let's just go ahead and pick up the phone and squash that today. Life is too short. Don't be climbing in my casket. Let me fly. For real, let me fly away. I'll get my hair back. I'll be nice and braided up when y'all see me again behind them gates with the hang time. So, on behalf of my esteemed host, we're going to bid you all a great weekend and a farewell. Go Blue!
Go blue.